there's some major shifting happening right now. The things that have been just like lingering under the threshold, kind of hanging out in the shadows of humanity, they are literally beginning to emerge. And it's time. It's time. I started my business about 7 years ago. I remember when I took my first client call, I literally got off the call and I was like, this is totally what I'm meant to be doing. Because it was such a contrast from where I just come from, the corporate world. I did all the things that I thought that I needed to do as far as like hiring mentors and coaches and spending tremendous amounts of money and energy and effort to learn how to move this vehicle forward. I was experiencing a level of success that I'd never experienced before, where I was able to travel the world and go to these cool events and meet amazing people, and I was making more money than I'd ever made in my entire life, and I was helping thousands and thousands and thousands of people a year.
Yeah, good day to be alive. Excellent, I love it.
But it was weird because I was living from such a space of like hustle.
You're going to now choose a power pose. Dun 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 dun. Yes!
I finally got to a point where I literally could not hold anything more. Like my bandwidth had been completely exceeded. I needed clarity because I felt like I needed to pivot. There was something that needed to change. Over the last 2 years, through my daily meditations, I have been receiving these, I call them downloads or like transmissions from what I call the universe, but you could call that God or source or your higher power. And it felt like the universe, like if embodied form, was standing on the mound of like a baseball game, and was the pitcher pitching me these little tiny puzzle pieces of this big puzzle that I don't know what the picture on the box of the puzzle looks like. And so I would receive these little tiny amazing fragments of this puzzle every day, and I would be like, awesome, like I'm just gonna put it in my little hip sack, I'm gonna collect it, I don't know what it means, but there's something here. I then began experiencing a very wide spectrum of emotion, of even going through some depression spaces where almost it seemed like for an entire year I was depressed, had difficulty getting out of bed, and even grief, because there was a level of the information that was coming in that I didn't know just yet what all of it meant, but it felt like the universe was asking me to release my business, but I'm like, yeah, but this is what I love doing. Like, I grieved. And then finally, at the end of last year, things started to kind of come into focus. Basically, I am dismantling the business that I've been building for the last 7 years. The only thing that's coming with me is my podcast.
Welcome to the Jen Mavros Show, where we are loving humanity forward together.
And I'm actually starting a new business. It's almost like a blueprint for doing business in a different way. And I was like, what do I need to do? Like, what are my first steps? Like, I'm invested, I'm ready. And then inspiration started coming in again, and it was to create some sort of container, because that's one of the things I'm really good at, is creating transformative containers. And so that's where Loving Business Forward came from. This invitation, this calling forward, this summoning of us to step into this new way of doing business. I'm so grateful for my husband, that he was able to hold the fort down for me, for us, through this whole process. It was a painful process, but I'm just so happy with where I am now, because this project, the things that are coming together are so divinely aligned. I could never even have imagined. It's so much bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us, and I'm just so grateful for us to really have this invitation to to be better global citizens and live better and happier and more fulfilling lives.